I believe the clicker is the best teaching tool available for dog training. My name is Jet Travalos, and I want to share with you my approach and tips to get the best results out of your clicker. Most of the time, we fail at acknowledging our dog's good behaviors. We either focus on commands sit, down, stay, or we fixate on our dog's unwanted behaviors. I have found that you can get the best results by acknowledging all the good things that your dog's already doing on his own. Simply because you feel a lot more special when somebody rewards you for your own work rather than being rewarded for doing something that you were asked to do in the first place. Here's where the clicker comes in. The clicker is going to help us to capture and reward your dog's own work. Think of the clicker as a camera. The goal is to capture your dog's best moments. And what is the secret to a great picture? Chiming. So here's your first tip to clicker training. Have a clear goal in mind. When you have a clear goal in mind, you have already thought of all the possible movements that your subject is going to make. That way you can prepare to take the best picture. Your dog learns in real time, and just like in photography, a second earlier or a second later results in a blurry picture in the best of cases. Your doggy will learn best and faster if you take crystal clear pictures. Let's get into the mechanics of clicker training. First, we need to teach your dog the meaning of the clicker, and we're going to do that by pairing the sound of the clicker with a treat. All you have to do is click and reward, click and reward. Your dog doesn't have to perform anything at this point. You're going to repeat this until you see an excited response to the sound of the clicker. If you have a nervous dog, you might want to consider take a couple of extra steps. Start by placing the clicker in your pocket to muffle the sound a little bit. Click, and if your dog responds positively, you can give a treat. With some dogs, you might have to get a soft clicker on top of that. It is very important that we don't break the click-reward relationship. Every time you click, even if it's by mistake, you have to give your dog a treat. The formula for clicker training is a 3-step process. First step, you see the behavior that you want to reward. Second step, you click it. Third step, you reward it. It is very important that we don't alter this formula in any way. The alteration of this formula will result in bribing in the best of cases. Here is your tip number 2. Don't beat yourself up. One wrong click won't undo all the work that you've already done. Just keep moving, don't lose the momentum, you'll get it right next time. Tip number 3. Keep your priorities straight. The main task is to capture your dog's behavior. Click and then worry about the reward. The most common mistake I see is owners worrying so much at delivering the treat that they forget to click or they click the wrong behavior. The reward can wait at least 30 seconds after you've clicked to be delivered. If you've never failed at rewarding every time, your dog can't wait. For me, the clicker's work is preventive. You can virtually click and reward every behavior that is not the behavior you're trying to fix. For example, if your goal is to stop your dog from jumping up on the counter, you're going to click and reward every time your dog walks close to the counter, every time your dog sits around the counter, every time your dog lays down, every time your dog moves away from the counter. You can even reward with that delicious food that you have on the counter, as long as he's not misbehaving. It is very important that there shouldn't be any corrections while we're teaching. If your dog misbehaves, ignore it. Not getting a reward should be punishment enough for now. The benefit of waiting for your dog to do the thinking is that those behaviors will become default behaviors, which means that you don't have to say sit or stay over and over again for the rest of your dog's life. How sweet is that? Tip number 4. Be ahead of the game. When you're first starting to teach your dog what you want, make sure that you have treats and clickers all around the house so you can never miss a moment. And don't worry, it's just at the beginning. If you do your job just right, the clicker should go away fairly quickly. Tip number 5. Size matters. The size of the treat should be big enough that it's meaningful to your dog, but not too big that it's going to break the workflow because he's too busy chewing. Tip number 6. Just offer the treat. It is unnecessary to hand feed your dog every time. Depending on the situation, you might find that it's more helpful to toss the treat on the ground so you can keep the momentum going in your training session. Tip number 7. Keep the ball rolling. For your dog to get engaged into training, you have to click at a certain pace. If you find that your dog is struggling, lower the bar a little bit, reward the smaller steps so you can keep clicking. Tip number 8. Keep it short and sweet. Always end your sessions on a high note. You can accomplish this by keeping your session short, around the 5-minute mark. And don't wait till your dog starts getting distracted to stop a session. Finish before that. Tip number 9. Don't let your doggy boss you around. Very often we think that we're training a behavior, when in reality it's your dog teaching you how to be a treat dispenser. If your dog is overdoing the behavior that you're teaching, if you know that he already knows it and he's just pushing you to give him a treat, consider the option that he's just being your puppeteer. Tip number 10. Do or do not, there's no try. Regardless of the training technique you're about to use, you gotta make sure that you commit and you see it through. If you're very quick at dropping a training technique, you might be creating a stubborn dog. As amazing as the clicker is as a teaching tool, it's only one technique. Learn as many techniques as you can so you can round up your training. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Adios.